Damn. I don't know. Still not working. This is just I'm just testing it. Salakia. I'm just I don't know why it's not playing the audio. Definitely Satan. Um man. Yeah, nah, we back, but the audio's still not playing for some reason. You know what though? You know what? I'm about to go I'm about to go around saying and actually play it from my phone at the same time. Let's get it. So bear with me. I'm trying to pull it up on my phone so you can just hear the audio from there. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play this on here so you can see the visual, but you won't hear the audio from my phone. We just do it that way. Con. Yep, I'll put the captions up too. All right, so we're gonna play it.
This is King. I know if you're a longtime listener, I know 20 years ago you thought I was just a babbling madman when I would talk to you about the singularity and talk to you about what tech was going to be like. 10 years ago, same thing. 5 years ago, maybe you started going, oh, I don't know. I mean, I guess people are talking about it. 2 years ago, same thing. You need to understand the singularity because it's on our doorstep. And that is through Elon Musk and Neuralink. It's going to be heralded as a great thing. And believe me, as a father of a daughter who has had strokes, this would change her. It would make her probably whole, because the problem with strokes is the pathways for information. If you think of the brain as a roadmap, there are bridges that are out. And so it takes longer for information to go from one place to another. And sometimes it can't get there at all. What Neuralink promises to do is to bridge from one part of the brain to the other part of the brain electronically. So that it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
And has the potential to be a miracle if it were to
miracle. Work. People, if you had a stroke, you could go back. The promise is, or the hope is, back to where you were before the stroke. I mean, that's a miracle. How?
Okay, so you just heard him say it, right? He said that would be a miracle. Being able to have this device put inside your brain, and people who get strokes, people who have Alzheimer's, people who have dementia, they'll be able to go back to how they were before. All right, basically, and I think he might have said, I don't know if he did say it, but being made whole. All right, and when you read the scriptures, Yahawashi often when he did his miracles, he would say, we'll pull it up. He would say you'll be made whole. Okay, let's get one. All right, this is the book of Matthew 15, verse, you know what? Matthew 9, verse 22. It says, Yahawashi turned him about, and when he saw her, he said, Daughter, be of good comfort. Thy faith hath made thee whole. And the woman was made whole from that hour. All right, Matthew 15, verse 28. Then Yahawashi answered and said unto the woman, Salaki, and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith. Be it unto thee even as thou wilt. And her daughter was made whole from that very hour. All right, we got another one. Luke 8, verse 50. But when Yahawashi heard it, he answered and said, saying, Fear not, believe only, and she shall be made whole. All right, and you can, there's other ones that say the same thing. But what Esau is doing is him trying to be like the Most High, right, through his technology. Okay, because as it says in 2 Thessalonians, it says, got to put up here, 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High, or he is power. So this devil, through his technology, is opposing the creator. He is opposing Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, right? And we've mentioned it plenty of times where that guy Yuval Harari said that they can basically outdo the God of the Bible. All right, the brother posted Rapah Ariala, Isaiah 14, verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So you have people that see this technology that is being heralded as a miracle, which when you go to the book of Revelation, that's exactly what the scriptures said, man. All right, I'm gonna run it back just a little bit, just in case new people that just chiming in didn't hear it.
Because it's on our doorstep, and that is through Elon Musk and Neuralink. It's going to be heralded as a great thing. And believe me, as a father of a daughter who has had strokes, this would change her. It would make her probably whole.
Mm-hmm. You see that? Will make her probably whole. That's what he said. Right? Make her probably whole. Hold on. Actually, I think you already said it there. But like I said, I'm playing the audio from my phone, so it's not matching with what you're seeing on the screen. But just bear with me. And that's what Esau wants. He wants people to be under the impression. He wants to deceive, right? Deceive the masses of the people through technology. Okay, transforming himself into an angel of light, that he can do these type of miracles, that you don't need the creator. You don't need to have faith in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You don't have to have faith in God at all, right? I will be your God. That's Esau's mindset. I will be your God. I can do things that nobody thought was possible. Because as Yahawashi spoke about of the Father, he said, with man, this is impossible, but with the Most High, nothing is impossible. Okay, nothing is impossible with Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. But this devil, he has put on this being deceived. All right, the pride has deceived him. he has got this mindset that he can challenge the power of the Most High. All right, and that's what the sea hip and these pseudo, wonders, all right, these lying wonders is all about. Let's go back to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 5. It says, "Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things?" Right. And we are telling you these things through the Spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, that this is what the scriptures was talking about, man. This is what John the Revelator saw. Okay. This is the MOB that is written about. And the fact that you now have them coming out, Elon Musk, and I seen this comment, right? Because the Elder Apostle Hart did a video, speaking about the same thing. The Neuralink brain implant, right? Entitled MOTB Human Trials to begin in 2023. And you got that happening, and also in 2023, they're speaking about rolling out CBDCs. Various different countries are moving full steam ahead with that as well. So Esau is moving quick, man, and that's ultimately because what he knows he has a short time. So he's doing everything in his power to try to speed up the process. But really, it's the Lord doing that, man, because what the elect has to, the elect is just about sealed if they're not fully sealed already. So we, hey, we're close, man. That's why Yahawashi said, when you shall see, these things come to pass, lift up your head. Let's pull that up. Redemption. Luke 21, verse 28, red letter. It says, "And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh." So we know that these things must happen, and we know it's going to be a trial of our faith. Okay, it's going to be the last straight gate, but the elect are going to endure, because Yahawashi said that he is going to keep us, Lord willing, we be a part of that number. All right, the sincere brothers and sisters that are serving Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi in all diligence, sincerity, and fear and truth. The Lord said he's going to keep us during this time, but we can clearly see that this is the time. This is the time, and a lot of people are going to fall right into that trap, into that snare, because they're going to see this as a miracle. They're going to see it as something that is groundbreaking. All right, a scientific breakthrough. All right, etc. Yeah, FTX downfall was a snare for CBDCs. Yep, because what did that end up doing? That ended up making it a reason to why they have to now federally or governmentally regulate it. And on top of just regulating it, they're trying to regulate it globally. All right, they're getting all of the central banks from around the world to come up with some cohesive, right, international regulation of digital currency, all at the same time, while you have this Neuralink brain chip coming, to now being able to be put into humans. Now, but like I said, I was watching this video, and then you had this guy, all right, basically a scoffer, but it said he put a comment and said the government itself has not made mention of no damn brain chip. Elon did, shaking my head. Now, this comment shows you just the unbelief of Israel. Okay, or I don't know if he's an Israelite, could be a damn heathen, but this just goes to show you the unbelief of of people, man. But let me get this scripture, because the scriptures tells you that their incredulity, let not their incredulity trouble them, right? But on top of that, we're gonna just because the government has not made mention of the brain chip, doesn't mean that the government won't use Elon Musk his quote unquote invention, which Elon Musk is really just a government contractor. Okay, he's a government contractor, and we can prove that. But here in Second Esdras, the 15th chapter, verse 1, it says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord." Yep, and the MOTB is prophecy, because when you go to Revelation, the first chapter, it tells you what? That these things must shortly come to pass. Revelation 1, verse 1. It says, "The revelation of Yahawashi Hamashiach, which the Most High gave unto him to show his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John." Okay, so Revelation, the 13th chapter, it spoke about the Roman Empire, which was active during that time. All right, it spoke about how it came into fruition, and it spoke about how it was going to be taken down, the deadly wound being healed, and then it went into how so actually the ancient, let me rephrase that. The ancient Roman Empire, it speaks about that being a beast that came out of from the sea, and then that beast, or that empire went down, and then a beast came up that exercised all the power of the first beast, right? So this was a prophecy, this was a vision that John received. So when we go back here to Second Esdras, the 15th chapter, that was prophecy to what? Say before. So it says, "Speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord." And that's why the prophets can't help but to prophesy, because the Lord put it into our mouths to speak these words. Okay, because that is the spirit of Yahawashi. The spirit of Yahawashi is the testimony of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy. So when you are testifying, when you are speaking in the spirit of Yahawashi, in essence, you're going to speak prophecy. All right, you're going to speak prophecy. Verse 2, "And cause them to be written in paper," just the scrolls, the gospel, the song, "for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee, and let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness." Okay, so if you are unfaithful, then ultimately, like how this person, right? If you are unfaithful, then ultimately you're not going to be kept by Yahawashi. And if you're not kept by Yahawashi, then you're going to be subject to what? Falling into the snares, into the traps that this devil is setting up. All right. And that in the biggest snare and trap that he's setting up is what? Taking that MOB. So he says the government itself has not made mention of no damn brain chip. Elon did. So his argument is that this can't be, or this isn't tied to the MOB, because the government isn't talking about it. Elon Musk is talking about it. Well, I remember, and I just typed in, because Elon Musk owns SpaceX, right? So I just typed in, did the government use SpaceX? Because if you recall, when the whole EMIC started, and they was trying to do contact tracing, what did they use? What did the governments of various different countries use in order to do contact tracing? They use the phones, whether it be the Android, Samsung's, or the iPhone, Apple. Both of those phones are privately owned. That's an actual corporation that owns iPhone, that owns Samsung, Android. But yet you had what it was called the PPP, public-private partnership, and that was also something that has been talked about since the whole pandemic started. public-private partnership. Okay, and that is all of the tools that Esau is using, because the government itself doesn't have to come out and say, hey, we're making this, C-hip that we're going to give to people. No, they got their messengers, they got their angels, they got their people that they fund, okay, that they put in privatizations, companies and corporations to come up with these things. And when they come up with them, after they come up with them, they do what? Then they now have that partnership with the private sector to use these devices, to use this technology that they have created. So it says it's the largest contract of its kind ever awarded for a rocket cargo. Space News reported SpaceX, which is owned by Elon Musk, okay, another one of his what is it called, adventures that he went into. It says SpaceX has won a contract worth over $102 million to transport military supplies and humanitarian aid around the world using a rocket. The U.S. Air Force, which is what the government, okay, United States Air Force awarded SpaceX the contract on January 14th. So, and there's another part. Does SpaceX work with the government? One of the largest beneficiaries, this is coming from City Journal, one of the largest beneficiaries of these programs was SpaceX, which in its first decade operated on a total budget of $1 billion, about half of which came from the government contracts from NASA. And just last year, SpaceX won a $2.9 billion NASA contract to build a moon lander. You see? So if Elon Musk owning SpaceX is getting money, getting funded by the government to do X, Y, and Z for them, for their Air Force and for NASA, you don't think that the Neuralink also is going to be used by the government? Another thing, right? Because this what they call a Starlink, which is also something that was created by Elon Musk's space force, right? Ukraine. The Ukrainian government used it. Okay. It says Ukraine in direct contract with Musk amid Starlink drama. Now, I'm not going to go into it says Ukraine government seeking alternatives to Elon Musk Starlink because he turned it off. But at a certain point in time, the Ukrainian government was using this private corporation's inventions to help their situation that was going on over there with the war with Russia. So this comment is a real ignorant comment, because this goes to show you the lack of, really, it's the lack of vision that people don't have. And ultimately it's because the spirit of Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi is not dealing with you. Okay, because people are so unfaithful. People are so in a mindset of being in disbelief or unbelief that they can't see past they can't see past their hands, man. They can't see past right in front of them. Okay, but hey, Peter talked about being able to see afar off. What is that? Seeing afar. Let's type that in. Oh. Was that first? Is it First Peter? I know it's in, yeah, First Peter chapter 1, verse 9. It says, but he that lacketh these things is blind and cannot see afar off, and hath forgotten that he was purged from his old sins. Okay, and I'm gonna play this again, because like I said, when I heard him say, hey, it can make her whole, because he was talking about his daughter that suffered from strokes, and it could make her whole. And then he said, what? It's a miracle. Let's play it. I'm gonna play it again. See if I can time it together. 57 seconds. Okay, let's play it again.
Problem with strokes is the pathways for information. If you think of the brain as a roadmap, there are bridges that are out. And so it takes longer for information to go from one place to another. And sometimes it can't get there at all. What Neuralink promises to do is to bridge from one part of the brain to the other part of the brain electronically. So that it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
And has the potential to be a miracle if it were to
miracle. People, if you had a stroke, you could go back. The promise or the hope is back to where you were before the stroke. I mean, that's a miracle. However, it also will connect to the internet.
You hear that?
And it is Elon Musk's way of saying, we've got to come up with something fast and cheap, because this is what the left is going to do and people want to control. And there's got to be something out there that will be a good version of this, where if you want to learn Spanish, you just download it. I mean, it's very Matrix. It's here. Don't dismiss this. It's here.
Is Neuralink the same as an AI? Because that's
no,
what
it's
he's
the
worried
beginning.
about.
Yeah, it's the beginning. No, but
Neuralink's more like health type reasons, isn't it?
No, it's to digitize the brain for health reasons.
Okay.
But that's step one.
Okay. So let's get this scripture here. In the book of Revelation 13, verse where were we? Revelation 13, verse 14, it says, and he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power. And he is not talking about just one man, okay? Because once again, just like with the CBDCs, remember that was decentralized before. Or not CBDCs, the blockchain and the digital currency, that was all digitalized. I mean, decentralized before. But all of a sudden, here comes the different various governments, the various central banks saying that, oh, we need regulation. We need to have control over this. Okay. We need to be the ones that tell you how this is going to operate and how this is going to work. So the same thing with these this Neuralink brain chip, because he has to get the FDA approval in order to be able to have it sell it. But eventually what's going to end up happening is the same thing that happened with the CBDCs. They're going to have to regulate it, federally regulate it, and the government is going to, and it's not even just the Babylonian government, because really when you really go into it, Elon Musk is a member of the World Economic Forum. Okay, remember, he's the richest person in the world. Okay, he's the richest person in the world. You think he became the richest person in the world by coincidence, by mistake? Just like how Jeff Bezos, he came out with Amazon, but now Amazon has the whole pay with your hand mechanism. Okay, these people, you have Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, another private, quote unquote, private corporation, but he's coming out with the metaverse. And then you have financial sector tapping into the metaverse, the retail sector tapping into the metaverse, et cetera, et cetera. It's all, as they call it, the Internet of Things, man. And it's all connected, because these people they may appear to be their own, individual that has their own corporation or business, but really they are all working in tandem with they all work for the beast. So the he isn't just one person. It's Esau and his mindset and his desire in general. So it says he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. And when you go into that word miracle, which we often do, go to the point, it says a sign, a prodigy, a portent, i.e., an unusual occurrence transcending the common course of nature. Okay, transcending the common course of nature. So that is what? So supernatural. But Esau is doing that through left-handed means, and he's doing that through really manipulation of the body. Okay, he's doing that through. It's not like he's getting it from. It's not like power, like laying hands as YAHAWASHI and the disciples did, laying hands and through the spirit, the spirit healing you. No, Esau is literally trying to use technology and combine technology with biology, and that's where you get what the biometrics, and he's calling that a miracle, but that in essence is really a lying wonder. Because what is the adverse effects to that? See, when YAHAWASHI did healings, when he healed people, there was no adverse effects. When the disciples healed people, they didn't. Nobody came back and like, "Oh, you healed me, but I got now everybody can hear my thoughts. Now I'm getting thoughts or images downloaded into my head." Okay, I got cancer, because the scriptures does tell you that whoever take that mark is going to what? They're going to have sores, man. You can only imagine the adverse effects. I think actually what happened when Elon Musk put the brain chip into those monkeys, they showed that the monkeys was able to do stuff right with their brain, but then a few months later, or could have been weeks or days, I'm not sure exactly sure what happened. That those monkeys they died. Those monkeys ain't still alive, man. Those monkeys died because of them tapping in and effing with their brains, man. But that's not what they're going to tell you. Yeah, so every testing monkey died. You see, just like with the the juicy juice, you got a lot of people that are just what they call it, SADS, sudden adult death syndrome. A lot of people that are quote unquote healthy are just mysteriously dying in their sleep, collapsing. All right, and it's unclear, it's mysterious, because ultimately what Esau is the what? He is the son of perdition, the son of destruction. He can't do anything but what? Still kill and destroy. And a lot of people they're taking their hold. They're seeing these false miracles, these lying wonders, thinking that, oh, this is going to just be beneficial, but ultimately they're not seeing the bigger picture. They're not understanding and seeing the adverse effects. Okay, so let's continue. It says, verse 6. Now ye know that, so like it, now ye know what holdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Okay, and that's ultimately what YAHAWASHI is going to come to do, is going to take this devil out of the way. Verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power, signs, and lying wonders. Right? Let's go to the lying wonders. Lying pseudos. Right? Pseudos. Fake. It says intentional falsehoods. In a broad sense, whatever is not what it seems to be. And that is exactly what this Neuralink, this so-called miracle is, man. It's not what it seems to be, because there are going to be adverse effects to it. There are going to be detrimental effects to tapping in and having this C-hip put inside of you. Understand that, man. Okay, but they're not going to talk about that. They're just going to talk about what the possibilities that it could do, how it could possibly make you whole. but in reality, you'll see. Like I said, those monkeys, they not all those monkeys got put to death. But like I said before, because I wanted to touch on this is a couple. This is a I don't even know what to call it. This is a let's go. I'm gonna go to the top. It says the World Economic Forum, a briefing. There you go. It's a briefing paper. This came out. This came out in July of 2020. Shaping the future of the Internet of Bodies. New challenges of technology governance. So I just typed in devices here. I want to go to. Yep, here we go. It says recent technologies advancement. Now this is like I said, World Economic Forum, and you have Elon Musk is a member, an active member. He was there. Was it this year? Well, they all they have it every year, but I just googled it and it showed a couple of screenshots of him at the World Economic Forum with Barack Obama, with Klaus Schwab, etc. Right? But they have those meetings, which these high-ranking, what they call these think tankers, these people that are masters of their various industries. Okay, they go to have these meetings, and they determine basically the what is going to happen in the world. And all of these people that are there, they're not so-called elected officials, man. Nobody elected them to get there. They were selected to be be a member of that society. All right, that is the wicked rulers, which ultimately that is just a think tank of the elites of this world, your central banking elite families. Okay, so it says recent technological advances have ushered in a new era of the Internet of Bodies, IOB, with an unprecedented number of connected devices and sensors being affixed to or even implanted and ingested into the human body. This has turned the human body into a technology platform. It says that IOB generates tremendous amount of biometrics and human behavioral data. And you had the guy Harari, what was it, Harari, no, was it Noah Harari Yuval, whatever. He basically said that humans are now hackable creatures. Hackable creatures. Okay. And when you hack something, that's a technology phrase. Okay, you hack a computer, right? You hack, and hey, that's what the I can't say too much because they'll try to give me a strike, but that's what, in essence, the Juicy Juice was doing when they talked about the technology that was behind the juice, right? The M to the R to the N to the A. They say that it was hacking the D to the N to the A and basically rewriting your D to the N to the A. So that's what this devil has in his mind, man. Okay, that's what they're doing. That's what the whole MOB is about, and that's why the judgment of the MOB is death, because now you have given your body up. Okay, which your body is supposed to be a living sacrifice unto the Heavenly Father. Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, make your bodies a living sacrifice to the Most High, which is your reasonable service. But this devil says, no. Make your body a living sacrifice unto me. Okay? Make your body a living sacrifice unto me through my cutting, my covenant. So let's see. There's a little bit more in here. It says generally IOB technologies include medical devices and a variety of lifestyle and fitness tracking devices or other smart consumer devices that stay in proximity to the human body and expand ranging of body attached or embedded devices that are deployed in enterprise, educational, and recreational scenarios. Okay, let's jump. It says, this therefore includes the type of biometric technologies that are installed in public and private spaces, such as facial recognitions, fingerprint sensors, and retinal scanners, which focus on collecting and processing data of a large population or group rather than a particular individual. So you jump down here, it says the example of the Internet of Bodies technology, implantable, which means what? Invasive. All right. And when you, like how Glenn Beck said, that it has the ability to be connected to the internet. And who controls the internet? All right. Who controls who has the authority over the things that are put on, you know, the basically the web. Remember, they got a kill switch. So it says implanted chips to speed up. And it's funny because when you look at this, right, it looks like a brain. All right, you got the four hemispheres of the brain, right? You got the frontal lobe, and then, you know, I'm not too much into science, all right, or biology, but you know, when you look at it, I know you know you got different parts of the brain, and that's what this looks like, and that's why the scripture tells you that he causeth all to receive the MOB in his hands or in his forehead. People that receive it in their forehead, they may receive it for purposes of having to in their thinking, right, for medical purposes, for them to be able to like how he said, reconnect the sensors in your brain if you have a stroke, or if you have Alzheimer's or dementia, or if you want to upgrade your knowledge, right, so that you can, you know, learn a new language. Remember, that's also was a miracle that the Lord gave unto the disciples, the speaking different tongues instantly. Okay, because the Holy Spirit fell upon the disciples and they begin to speak with other tongues. But Esau says, being once again trying to be like the Most High, Esau says, hey, well, I can just download a different language into your brain. That's why he does that diligent search. That's why he, you know, he takes bodies and then for research purposes, it's trying to see, oh, which part of the brain has to do with language? What part of the brain has to do with emotions? What part of the brain has to do with belief? Okay, faith. Esau, he literally has dissected the human brain. But the thing is, this devil, that's how you know he's a carnal man and not spiritual, because he's looking at everything from a carnal level. And then and that's when the Lord is going to do what? That's when the Lord is going to show the spiritual side of things that this devil will not be able to touch, tap into, or explain. So I always say that the fact that this devil is getting this close, the fact that Elon Musk is coming out with the, you know, human trials within the next 6 months, and the Lord may even allow him to come out. I mean, he will have to, right? Because the scripture tells you that he has to deceive the world with these miracles. So he's going to allow them to maybe have a successful, you know, run where a person who had dementia now gets the Neuralink, and then they're now able to remember things, or a person will be able to receive excuse me, receive memories that they lost. But if the Lord allows this devil to do that on the left-hand side, we can only just imagine and anticipate and expect that the spiritual power that we have been talking about being manifested, okay, the acts that we read about, you know, that our forefathers done in the ancient times in the book of Acts, that means that is about to happen on a whole nother level, man. Because the Lord had that happen, you know, with Paul and Peter and the disciples, when there wasn't this devil being able to do come out with these pseudo wonders. How much more now we're in a time of this devil trying to get to his heightened level. That means that, hey, the Lord is about to turn it up on the right hand side with spiritual power, man. Unexplainable things that goes far beyond what you see here that they're doing with his technology. Okay, we talking about, hey, raising people from the dead. We're just saying the words. Okay, as it says in let me get that in the book of Acts. Well, he didn't raise them. Well, actually, he did raise them from the dead. What was that? Tabitha. But I wanted to get this here in the book of Acts, the 3rd chapter, verse 1. It says, and now when Peter and John went up together into the temple at the hour to pray, at the hour of prayer, being in the 9th hour, a certain man lame from his mother's womb was carried, whom they laid daily at the gate of the temple, which is called Beautiful, and asked alms of them that entered into the temple. Who, seeing Peter and John about to go into the temple, asked an alms. And Peter, fastening his eyes upon him with John, said, look on us. And he gave heed unto them, expecting to receive something of them. Then Peter said, silver and gold I have none. All right. But such as I have, I give thee. In the name of Yahawashi HaMashiach of Nazareth, rise up and walk. And he took him by the right hand and lifted him up, and immediately his feet and his ankle bones received strength. And he, leaping up, stood and walked and entered with them into the temple, walking and leaping and praising the Most High. And all the people saw him walking and praising the Most High. All right. That is the times that we're about to come into, man. That spiritual power, because the Lord is not going to allow this devil just to have all of this, pseudo lies and pseudo wonders and false miracles being spread, and people just being, you're going to have people deceived, people are going to be amazed, but the Lord on the right hand side is going to turn up for the believers, for the ones who are calling upon his name, for the ones that believe and know that this devil is doing this wickedness on the left hand side, and that the power of Yahawashi is the one and only true power, man. Just like in the time of Moses, because you had the magi's of Pharaoh, working their sorcery, because that's what this all is. It's just really sorcery. Okay, working their sorcery, but the Lord had what? Moses, through the power of Yahawashi, do the spiritual miracles, man. The spiritual power. So, hey, the closer we get to Esau fulfilling this prophecy, the closer we are going to get. We're getting to the Lord putting out that power that is unexplainable. Okay, because this devil, he's explaining how he's trying to manipulate the mind, the brain through the Neuralinks and etc. and the electricity. But what the Lord is going to have his men do in these times, you're not going to be able to explain it. It's going to be unexplainable. It's going to go far beyond that which you look for. All right. So let's see. Oh, Slovakia. That's the other one. So that it says implanted. Remember, it says implantable, non-medical, medical. Because you got other ones like for the hands, right? So you have the C-hip in the hands. Remember, it talks about that he's not going to be able to buy and sell. So this is going to be something that is going to be needful or necessary in order for you to do commerce in society. But on top of that, they're going to use it for their false miracles, their pseudo miracles as well. So it says implanted chips to speed up access to homes, office, and other devices. Activity trackers, smartwatches, smart garments, brainware, neurotechnology, augmented reality wearables. So that's where you get the meta, right? The meta, which you go into that word meta, means to go beyond, to go after. Esau is trying to go beyond his means. He's trying to go to the, they call, what they call, the spirit world, the great beyond, right? That's what Esau is trying to do. He's trying to really tap into the spirit, the spiritual, through a physical carnal way, so that he can say, well, see, I can do the spiritual, I can do spiritual things with my technology. And that's when people are going to be, oh my God, this is so amazing. He'll sign me up. Give it to my daughter. Give it to my child. It says augmented reality wearables, other body proximity consumer products. It says digital pills, artificial pancreas and organs, smart prothesis. Salaki, it's late. I'm messing up these words. Brain implant devices. Okay, brain implant devices. So, and this is, like I said, this is the World Economic Forum. So for that guy who said, oh, this is Elon Musk, the government hasn't made mention of none of this. Well, guess what? The World Economic Forum is dictating what the governments of the world are doing. Okay? That's why it's the World Economic Forum. They're dictating to the governments what they're doing, because like how Mayor M. Cheryl Bauer said, give me control of a nation's money. I care not who makes the laws. The World Economic Forum is made up of rich, powerful individuals, and also politicians. But a lot of these people that go to those meetings are financial CEOs, entrepreneurs, all right, billionaires like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, etc., Bill Gates. Okay, and they basically are in control of the mean and the ways of how the governments operate. Why do you think when the whole emic started? Why do you think that the one of the main people that was speaking every damn other day was Bill Gates? He's not an elected official, but why was he on CNN? Why was he on what else was he on? MSNBC, telling you what the V's were all about. You see? So that's here. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'm gonna put this in the description just in case brothers want to touch on it a little bit more. I'll put this one here also. This one is newer. This one came out, and I've done a video on this briefing paper back earlier this year. Come on. This one is called Advancing, this is also the World Economic Forum, Advancing Digital Agencies, the Power of Data Intermediaries. Insight Report, February 2022. So the last one came out in July of 2020. This one came out in February 2022. And I'm sure next year, there's probably going to be another one that is going even further into their Great Reset or their fourth industrial revolution. Okay. Check the description box. That's all I'll say. And the water, send it to the church. But yeah, so you go here. Where was he? Oh no, I know exactly where it's at. Page 23. So this says the evolution of digital identity solutions and how they can help. Right. So you got the now, which this right here, don't even pay attention to this, because really they saying this is the future, but they also said what the future is now. All right. So this ain't talking about no 10 years from now, 15 years, because even as Glenn Beck said, that 10 years ago, you might have said that this was crazy, even 5 years or even 2 years. But now, this is happening now. Remember, this is 6 months. And the Lord is speeding up the time. So 6 months is going to come just like that. I remember when 2022 started. I remember January 1st of 2022. Okay, and just like that, now we're in the last month. We're in less than a month away from the end of this year, man. Let me block this person. All right. So, hey, the Lord is speeding it up. Yep. Hey, the brother knows about. Yeah. Go to page 23. That's exactly where it's at. So it says right here, future agencies, the next level of data intermediaries. All right. Data intermediaries. Let's look up the word intermediaries. Let's see. Let's see what it gives us. Oh. I'll just type it in here. Enter. It says intermediary, a person who acts as a link between people in order to try to bring about an agreement or reconciliation. A mediator. That's funny, right? Because what I thought of was who? That's YAHAWASHI. All right, YAHAWASHI is the mediator. He is the intermediary between us and the Father. But see, this devil says, no, 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 no. You don't need YAHAWASHI. I can just give you device. I can create an intermediary. Okay, because hey, let me see something. Because in this video, he had said something. I'm like, yo, these devils, they're literally trying to move past. They're trying to usurp the power of the Heavenly Father, man. And that's why the Lord himself, Yahweh, is going to send YAHAWASHI, his son, that is not, as the scripture says, he shall not meet thee as a man, because Esau has gotten to the point where he isn't even, he's not even challenging. He's gotten so deceived that he's not even trying to challenge, regular humans. He's not even challenging humans anymore. He's thinking like, you know what? I need to challenge the creator now. I'm the man. I'm such the shit that I can go toe to toe with the creator himself. And that's why the Lord hates you devils. You were created to be destroyed, man. The vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, because it would only be a demon, a devil, that would even attempt to try to match the power of the creator. But let me play it here. Let me see. This might be a good part.
Connected to AI, a giant machine outside of our program to take care of your body, and
where we are able to access information instantly because we have maybe a chip in our head or whatever that allows us.
Right. And we also have nanobot technology in our bloodstream that is keeping you alive. You don't have to take medicine anymore. The nanobots are programmed to take care of your body, and it repairs itself through technology, which is connected to AI, a giant machine outside of your body.
Right. So you're one with AI. You're one with machines. You're a hybrid person. Who's
That's the singularity.
That's the singularity. So
yeah, you see, a hybrid person. So that's why you had the guy Noah Yuval Harari say we are creating a new type of human. Okay, he said that the intelligent designer isn't a god, in the sky, in the clouds or above the clouds, that we talking about really Esau. All right, because remember, he's a part of the World Economic Forum as well. He's saying that we are the intelligent designers. We are the ones who created the new type of the new creatures. That's where this devil's mind is at. And the fact that we are here, The fact that they now have technology to the point where they can manipulate your actual thinking. They could manipulate what you think or how you think. That right there shows you that, hey, we at the end of this devil's age, man. Because the Lord said what? When he is about to fill his belly, right? Was that Job 18? So like Job 20. Job 20, verse 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he should be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him when he is about to fill his belly. And that's what these devils think. They think that they're about to accomplish. All right. They're about to get exactly what they've been longing for ever since the time of Antioch or Antiochus Epiphanes. The elder to Apostle Tahar did a video earlier where he said basically the Antiochus, he had the charagma back then because they were branding Jake, right? They were branding, and not even just Jake, but anybody that was underneath the Greek Empire during that time. With I forgot exactly what he said it was, like some type of symbol. I think it was like a reef or something to that effect, right? Because that's what the charagma, you know, when you go into it, it said a stamp, a sign of servitude unto a master. But with technology now, this devil, he's not putting it on your skin. The stamp, it's like when you go to join a when you join a fraternity, they do what? They brand you, right? So it's like that's in your skin. That's why you get it whelps up, and then that's attached into your skin. But now this devil's got technology where he could put it. He's putting it inside of you, and that ability to put it inside of you, and that device, that technology is linked to his data system, his database that he controls. Okay. So it says, when he's about to fill his belly, shall the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Okay, because why? Because these devils, they're doing it to the Lord's people. All right, remember, the Lord, Israel is the Lord's portion. You're going to have Israelites that are going to make that covenant, make that agreement with Esau. But for the elect's sake, the ones who are not going to do that, remember, he said, what? Whoever doesn't worship the beast should be killed. We're not, if we are, Lord willing, we are the elect and we endure, we're not going to be able to survive years in this type of society. So there will be no flesh saved, because if the elect don't bow the knee, then they are going to be separated from society. Okay, and then they can't buy or sell, so then ultimately they won't be able to sustain, right? And then eventually, and I'm speaking, and I'm speaking as if the Lord does not intervene. Okay, I'm speaking as if the Lord did not intervene, speaking as a fool, right? So if the Lord did not intervene, the elect, they don't take the charagma, they eventually die off. And then everybody else who does take it, they're going to be destroyed. So then there will be no flesh to be saved. But for the elect's sake, the Lord is going to shorten the days and deliver and save his elect. And then everybody else is going to that takes that charagma, they're going to taste of that fire. Revelation, the 14th chapter. Okay, so let's go back here. It says the next level of data intermediaries embedded in bodies, devices, home, and cities. Okay, so once again, the World Economic Forum is telling you what their plans are. Elon Musk being a member of the World Economic Forum, coming out with this Neuralink, and people are seeing it as what? A miracle, tying in to what the scriptures says, that people are going to be deceived in thinking that that's what it is. All right, they're going to be deceived into thinking that this is a miracle and therefore it's amazing. It's something that should be had. So let's read this here again in Revelation 13, verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by the sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. And this speaking about the Esau, really, okay, and his hegemony, giving life unto the image of the first beast, which is the Roman Empire, all right, or you call it the Greco-Roman Empire, bringing back all of those ideologies. And part of that ideologies, as we spoke about, Antiochus Epiphanes doing the branding, all right, that's part of it. Also, Antiochus Epiphanes spoke of everybody leaving their own laws and their own religion and following the king's commandment, right? So it's the same thing happening all over again. But now, because technology, Esau is doing it in this way. And that's what John the Revelator saw. It says, in the image of the beast should both speak and should cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So if you're not down with the way of the fourth industrial revolution, if you're not down with getting that charagma, okay, if you're not down with being a part of the Internet of Things, all right, being leaving off from your own laws and your own God and serving and being part of this new the new age God, the techno God, then you got to be killed. Either physically, you could be, and I always say that, physically, or be separated from society, not being able to buy or sell, not being able to, have an apartment, have a house, have a job, have a clothes, etc. All right. It says, and he causeth paeo, framing, fashioning, forming. He's forming all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma mark in their right hand, the right hand or their foreheads. That's the metapon, right? And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the charagma or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right. So, and it says, here's wisdom. Let him that understandeth count the number of the beast, for is the number of a man, and his number is 606. The chai side stigma. Okay. And that stigma, and that's exactly what it is, man. It's a stigmata. All right. So let's see what brother put up. All right, put up that scripture. Mark 13, verse 20. It says, and except that the Lord hath shortened the days, no flesh should be saved, but for the elect's sake, whom he has chosen, he hath shortened the days. That's right. All right. And elect, the Lord is going to preserve them. He is so it was that 2 Peter. The Lord knows how to deliver the godly out of temptation and how to reserve the ungodly or the wicked to the day of punishment. Romans 11 verse 4. But what saith the answer unto the most of the Most High unto him? I have reserved unto myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Okay, and those men are the ones who, and us, the sisters that are going to strive for the truth until death, because they love not their lives until the death. Because this right here, this ain't living, man. Okay, this is not living. This is a false sense of reality, which is basically augmented reality. It's a false sense of reality. Okay, so that's basically it. Just wanted to touch on that. Lord willing, this is edifying until the elect. Hey, we at that time, man. Okay, and it's coming quick. So as the scripture says, it is high time to wake up out of sleep. Okay, it's high time to wake up out of sleep. And if you don't know that this ain't that this is the MOB that the Bible speaks of, well, if you don't know, now you know. All right. So with that, call Lord Yahawah, Bashem Yahawashi, Bashem Rakakwadash, Shalom to the elect. Shalom.